Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to the Da Vinci Code, the video game. Now, it has been a while since I've played this game, so to say that I'm a bit rusty is probably selling it short. But there have been some changes between then and now. One thing that you might notice in regards to this video, in regards to the previous video, in comparison to the previous video, is that this video is a lot brighter. Previously, I believe I criticized the game for being very dark. And the game was perceptively very dark. But then I started looking this up online, and I discovered that the darkness was caused not by the game, but by the connection that I had in between the PlayStation 2 through the AV to HDMI converter, through the Elgato into the television. So, what has changed is I recently purchased a Hyperkin HDMI converter for the PlayStation 2. So now it goes from the PS2 to the Elgato to the TV. And I've looking at HDMI converters online for the PlayStation 2. There was the Elgato. There was the Hyperkin. There was another couple brands that I saw. I don't remember the names of. I apologize. I didn't buy them, so I don't really see too much of a need to worry about reviewing them right here and now. I heard Hyperkin's cables weren't necessarily always the best, but I figured I'd take a chance. And here we are. And I'm gonna do a little comparison so you could kind of see the difference between the quality of images and also the lighting in particular. The fact that you can actually see the furniture in the background is definitely a step in the right direction.
Should come useful.
It should, but will it?
Did you notice anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I did not think much of it, but she was also carrying around a flask of oil. That is all I can think of.
I see. Thank you, Sister.
Marguerite. Sister Marguerite is my name.
I'm gonna see if I can find out what Sister Sandrine was doing. Did you notice anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I did not think much of it, but she was also carrying around a flask of oil. That is all I can think of.
I see. Thank you, Sister.
Marguerite. Sister Marguerite is my name.
I'm gonna see if I can find out what Sister Sandrine was doing.
So in theory, I remembered to cut in that comparison video. So hopefully it'll be relatively smooth sailing. The only thing that'll probably get in the way is my lack of knowledge of the controls. But there's only so many controls because, aside from sneaking, referencing, inventory, which I only have 2 items right now. I have matches, the hotel matchbook with Saunier's phone number. Langdon was supposed to meet with Saunier the night Saunier was murdered. I just like to say murdered. Definitely there was no other word in that sentence. I liked to say more. Also, is that yeah, that's just a JPEG of matches. Not, I guess when you gotta save time. Knocked out monk.
It's the monk I knocked unconscious. He's wearing some sort of outfit, but all the cloth is tightly bound. That might be to stop the cloth from rustling when he's moving.
He's wearing some sort of outfit. Isn't everybody wearing some sort of outfit? Okay, so I was told that, Sister something was attending the Stations of the Cross. And normally you're supposed to do that in a specific order, but she didn't go at it at that order. Oh, there she is. Sister Sandrine.
There's a note in her hand. 4 phone numbers, and there's a fleur-de-lis symbol on it. Sister Sandrine must have been calling members of the Priory of Sion when she was attacked. Ah, I thought so. That's Jacques Saunier's number at the Louvre. More proof that Saunier was a member of the Priory.
I'm glad that Robert Langdon talks to himself. Like it's not just a thought bubble. Like, you can see his mouth actively moving.
Poor Sister Sandrine. It looks like someone hit her with a heavy object. What kind of monster would do this? And why?
An ogre, out of greed. And her right hand?
She seems to be reaching out towards something. Something under her bed?
Can I look under her bed from here? Is it her collection of pornography? Now how do I... So I can examine her body. Oh, there we go. Am I just lifting up the whole bed? Oh, I'm moving the bed. Okay, I suppose that makes some sense. A floor safe.
I need to move the tiles to form a word.
But which word? Is that supposed to be a T? So it looks like there are symbols underneath the middle row. I'll come back to this. Maybe.
Matthew 7:14. That's obviously a passage from the Bible, but the numbers are bold. Maybe they have a double meaning.
It's a passage in the Bible, but the numbers are bold. Why would that be important? Do I need to look up a Bible verse? You know, at least it's nice enough to tell me the drawer is empty. Yeah, this is just empty drawer. There's a lot of empty drawer space. And now I don't remember exactly how I'm supposed to... Oh, the armoire.
There's a Priory symbol on this armoire, but it's locked.
Makes sense. Ooh.
There's a Priory symbol on this armoire.
Oh.
But it's locked.
That's it. Now, how do I... Matthew... Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be to find it. What does that mean to you? If you can write a 2-page essay with double-spaced font, 1-inch margins, all responses will be graded. Damn it. It looks like I've got a few choices in direction. Oh, Sister Marguerite.
It's Robert.
Oh, good. I just remembered that Sister Sandrine was carrying around 2 statues. They might be related to what she was doing tonight.
I'll see if I can figure it out. Thank you.
And I think this door... Yeah, that door leaves the area. Alright, so we knocked on this door. Let's take a look at where this other door goes.
More monks. I think they're looking for something. I just hope it's not me and Sister Marguerite.
Now, I believe there's a method to lean up against a wall. Yeah, there we go. I have to select wall ambush. Okay, so that leaves the area. I'm right now I think I'm going to focus on trying to understand the limits of my exploration.
This looks useful.
Oh, is this this is a pop can. So I believe I should be able to throw it.
Audio a esteletus, quod hombre fraudulentus.
And attack.
Palma existo ut habet.
Yeah, talk Latin as much as you want. This professor is gonna take you down.
Hide in your own shadow. Last hit knocked him out cold.
Okay, can I will drag him. Its drag function is really awful. Okay, but that was actually kind of cinematic too, because you got the moon in the background as we're like duking it out. Let's see, I don't think I understood how this worked. Yeah, it seemed like I only had the option to drop it. Let's see if I have a different option for wall ambush. No? Still, nice and picturesque JPEG in the background. Oh, huh. Okay, this is either a interpretive dance routine or a puzzle clue.
The chap symbol system. The French used this in the late 18th century to telegraph messages from one town to the next.
Wait a second. One, I don't need it to be that close. But two, this is how I figure out the safe combination. So I will take a picture of this screen. And let's see if I could use that to figure out the word I'm supposed to input, because there was that middle row which told me that had the symbols. Nope. And if these symbols match the letters, the symbols on that wall...
I need to move the tiles to form a...
So the last word is that T shape, or last letter. Still tricky. Also, I don't see that letter on the... So we're looking for... Actually, let's take pictures of these individual letters. So we're looking for a vertical line with a golf club, raising the golf club to swing. We're looking for a T where there's a drop on the left and a raise on the right. We're looking for another golf club user, except this guy is wielding a dual-sided golf club. And then a similar sort of T, except it's drooping on the right and rising on the left. So remember that. Also, I think he's got a run button. Yep. It is slightly faster than his regular strut. Now... Okay, that's what it was hard to tell from my photo. There were the letters above the symbols. So the drooping on the right and the raising on the left is an N. The double-sided golf club user is an O. And what order did it come in? Ugh. Why don't I just start from the beginning? I'm looking for a regular golf club user. That is an S. Then a T with a lower on the left and upper on the right. That is... an I or a J. Huh. The passcode is Scion. Yep. Oh my god. Why is the passcode Scion? If that's supposed to be their secret order, like, that just seems like it's a terrible and obvious idea.
I need to move the tiles.
Yes, I know. Nope. Oh no, this is taking... Oh. These puzzles are always a little bit difficult. How am I going to make sure that the... Because first I have to know what the actual answer is. And then it's the difficulty of making sure everything lines up. And there we go. Excellent. Hole. It's not a safe anymore. It's a hole. Nope. Checkpoint reached. Let's save our game. As we've clearly accomplished something. But let's see what we've picked up. A bronze metal plate with letters cut out of it. JRU. Okay. Okay, so there is the balcony which we can go to. There is the ground floor. I'm probably going to try to hit up the balcony first, because I would imagine that is a dead end. Whereas the ground floor is going to lead to other options. But there is also this door over here, which is not accessible. And as you get closer to it, the lighting disappears. I'm pretty sure this is not the input from the cable. I think this is the game's rendering. So let's head over to the balcony. And then from there, see what's going on over there. Actually, yeah. Let's see what's going on in the... Ah, damn. I keep forgetting that L2 brings up the history and all that. Whereas L1 is sneak and R1 is run. So this would be the balcony overlooking the ground floor, it looks like. Robert Langdon, this is a sneaking mission. And what have we here? It is definitely a dead end, but... bolt cutters?
How could these not be useful?
That is an excellent question. And they've got their blue containers, their red containers.
Sister Marguerite mentioned that Sister Sandrine was carrying lamp oil with her before she died. This could be important.
Most likely she was lighting up candles at the Stations of the Cross, if I had to guess. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's go to the ground floor. One last peek around. But I do have, like, I guess it definitely is important to have... Damn. Oh. The sharp steel combined with the leverage of the handles allows this tool to cut through most metals. That is thusly how bolt cutters work. Thank you for the explanation. A large metal can filled with flammable oil that he's just kind of like flailing all about. And I've got a book of matches, which means I could use the matches to light the Stations of the Cross. And because I have the oil can, I can then place the oil at the stations and then use the matches to light them. Is the order of events I'm expecting to happen. Now, is this guy still knocked out? Or is he gone? He is completely gone. By the way, this has absolutely nothing to do with the Da Vinci Code, but playing a PlayStation 2 game again, kind of, it makes me realize how close together the analog sticks are. And I believe that's true for both the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 4's controller, the analog sticks are more separated. So, like, when you're pushing the left analog stick to the right and the right analog stick to the left, you're not hitting your thumbs against each other. Which is probably not that big of a problem for a game like the Da Vinci Code. But for, like, maybe a first-person shooter...
Those creepy monks are everywhere. I need to be careful.
Jesus carries his cross.
This depicts Jesus carrying the cross he was to be crucified on. It's made of a sturdy and most likely heavy wood in the shape of a T. This was known as the Tau cross, and much later, St. Anthony's cross. The traditional Latin cross that most pictures depict Christ carrying didn't become prevalent until the 3rd century.
Did you catch that? There will be a quiz. So this is station number 2.
There's a notch on this shelf.
By the way, I can't see what's beyond this, but I can't walk in that direction either, so... So I'm also going to go and start knocking out these, Nice. You know, I didn't realize that there was a stealth, like a stealth knockout system. Station number 12.
The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all tell of Jesus' death on the cross. They also agree that Jesus called out, "God, God, why have you forsaken me?" It's obvious to me that someone calling this out is not a god, but it's also irrelevant. Jesus was a good man, and he died because of politics, not because he did anyone harm.
Interesting. So we got Station 12 and Station 2. Oh no. We've got a lot of stations.
They took Jesus' dead body down from the Tau cross and presented it to Mary. Both the Virgin Mary and Mary Magdalene were present there, and that's all that we can really know. Scholars to this day still debate who the body was given to.
So in that case, where is Station 1? That's Station 14.
Yeah, this will do.
A large bandage. In case I start to suck at the combat. Which is always a chance. So that's Station 3, there's Station 2. But where is Station 1? There's Station 1.
This station represents when Jesus was condemned to die by Pilate. Pilate called out, "Behold your king." It still amazes me that people don't know that Jesus was condemned to die because he threatened the power of the Caesar. He was a descendant of Solomon, which meant that he rightfully could have claimed power as king of the Jews. That certainly stirred up the Romans.
Okay. I believe, what's it called? Rise? No, not Rise. Yeah. The last Tomb Raider game, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, also had a very similar mural going on, system for the same time, except in a much smaller scale, obviously. Like, they didn't go this far out.
Jesus first fell while being forced to carry the crucifixion cross to Golgotha. Some people don't know that Jesus was actually tortured before his crucifixion as well. They whipped him within an inch of his life using a scourge or lead-weighted whip. I doubt anyone could stand after that kind of abuse.
I believe that has become common knowledge thanks to the documentary made by Mel Gibson. Let's see, this goes back up to where I was before, the living quarters. Don't worry, I'm just turning myself flipped upside down. Ah, there's the guy. We're gonna see if we could knock him out. Which is manageable just by mashing the square button. I'm not gonna argue with that. I can deal. If the game just wants me to use incredibly simple... Although, to be fair, Metal Gear Solid was like, hey, you want to sneak? Mash the square button.
There's a chapter marked here. There were 2 eclipses in 1745. One was on October 4th, and the other on April 11th. According to this book, the 11th of April would also have been the night of a full moon, which was said to be when Jesus was resurrected. That's why Easter is celebrated the Sunday closest to the night of a full moon.
So April 4th and 11th, the nights of the full moon.
This looks like a modified form of Latin, kind of like Old English. It mentions a summer eclipse in the year 1745.
So I have 2... Junius Apralis. Ah, darn you, Roman numerals. 4th? And thus he has risen. The Station of the Cross statue features Jesus carrying the cross. Do I take it directly to the station that it is related to? where Jesus carries his cross. That is... There are also some prongs on the bottom of the statue.
Maybe I should try again.
Nope.
That's not gonna work.
Okay. I'm gonna ambush this wall.
This station depicts Jesus meeting his mother, Mary, or the Virgin Mary as she is better known, on his way to Golgotha.
Okay.
I'm missing something here.
I am. What is this?
We'll need this later.
What was it? Oh, it's a soda can.
With the cross being too heavy for Jesus to continue, the Roman centurions picked Simon of Cyrene from the crowd to carry it. He's named in several of the Gospels, so it seems likely to be true, though there's no background history for Simon before or after the events of the crucifixion, other than that he had two sons, Alexander and Rufus. There must be something I'm missing.
Oh, what is this? A staircase I literally can't climb. And I believe this is just a weapon.
This isn't mentioned in the Gospels, but it's from the apocryphal writings. Veronica was someone who said Jesus cured her blood disorder. She came to his trial to claim Jesus was innocent. When Jesus walks by her, she wipes some of the spit and blood from his face, and it said his image was left on the cloth she used, one of the very few acts of kindness he experienced during his crucifixion. There's something I'm missing.
By the way,
Should
I
look
am
around.
really gonna try... Ooh,
I can use this.
it is a soda can. It doesn't seem like there's any more of the... Oh, there's a doorway though.
Here, Jesus falls again. At this point, he was not carrying the cross anymore as the Roman centurions had given it to Simon of Cyrene, but he had been whipped nearly to death.
So if he's not holding the cross, then does that mean he's the weird muscular guy who's holding onto it?
I must not have everything I need to do this. If I want to get through, I'll need something to cut the chain.
And I have bolt cutters. But I'm gonna keep going, see... Or I'll just use the bolt cutters. Mash X to bolts. And then make a grunting noise. Ooh, where does this go? This goes to the organ. Alright, let's continue exploring here. And then head over to the organ. And I'm guessing I can't leave yet. It would probably be weird if I could.
I need to find out what Sister Sandrine was hiding before I go.
Seashell fountain. I probably need to find candles to place there. Jesus meets women of Jerusalem.
Here the women of Jerusalem lament for Jesus. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus makes an odd prophecy where he tells the women not to weep for him, but for themselves and their children. For the days are coming when those who never had kids will think they are blessed. Many tried to attribute this to later plagues, but it seems more likely to me that if I were about to die, my outlook on life would also be pretty bleak. I must be missing something.
By the way, I suppose I should point out now that I have never actually read the Bible. It is something I intend to do at some point in my life, but not for religious reasons, more for like academic reasons. So I don't so if you're wondering about if I'm going to get into a religious discussion about what he's saying, it's not going to happen. Also, I have no idea what's going on in this painting over here. Oh, what are you? Tin coin? I guess that was important? And then keep panning right round. Where did my tin coin go? The tin coin was a secret. Tin is one of the 7 metals of the alchemists. It is associated with the operation of dissolution and the element water. Pewter, a mixture of lead and tin, represents a metallic state between the operations of calcination and dissolution. Dissolution is the act or process of dissolving separation into component parts. Why is that important?
Once they got to the place of the skull, Golgotha, they stripped Jesus naked, the final humiliation. They even gambled on who would get his undergarment. That's not right.
Is this a candle I can take? No, it is not. Hold on.
This must go down into the crypt below St. Sulpice. The actual nailing to the cross takes place at the 11th station. I often wonder when I hear cases of stigmata, why people bleed through their hands. It was scientifically proven that in order to be able to hang from the cross, the nails are put through the wrists between the bones of your forearm. Nails through the hands simply wouldn't hold.
But did the Romans... they probably would have known that. Also, who are you? Ah, you're somebody I knocked out earlier. Huh.
Someone smashed through the floor here and probably found this stone. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All
Okay, yeah. I already went that one, and then this is the last.
The burial of Jesus is covered in the Gospels, but only Mark and Matthew mention that both Mary, his mother, and Mary Magdalene were there. It's funny how the Bible is written from so many contradicting points of view, yet people still believe it to be true, word for word. I can't complete this without the missing parts.
Okay, so I need something more than just the statue. Let's head into the organ area. That was the room that I opened up with the bolt cutters. But if you haven't read the Da Vinci Code, I think you can kind of get a understanding of why it was considered controversial. Also, that I missed something in this central area, because I kind of focused more on the outlying elements, but I didn't really focus on why does this church have chairs and not pews? Yeah, I didn't... Oop, hold on, what is this? Can I look at it? No, I cannot. But I can open each door individually. Very, very important.
I may need this.
Bandage? Alright. I wonder if there's a organ puzzle. And also, should I be using an organ while there are people out to potentially...
It's set to 12 o'clock and doesn't seem to be moving forward. I wonder if it was broken recently or just never worked. Or maybe it isn't used for telling time at all.
What was... Was there a time given
this
recently?
Clock may be some sort of secret lock.
Yeah, this is going to be...
I need to rotate the hands of the clock to a specific number or time.
That is also...
I know it's not 12, since that's where it started.
That is pretty
The only
apparent.
number I've seen that would work with this clock was on the flagstone. I thought it was a Bible passage.
Oh,
I guess I
yeah.
was wrong.
Matthew 7:14, was it? That was under history. Yeah. So that is 6, 7.
This was too well hidden to not be important.
Copper slide. Huh. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.